truck venture, probably an ill-advised one. You see through the rear glass right there, that's not what you think it is if you're an old school watcher of this channel. It's another one. We've got to right the wrongs of the past, a transgression that I transgressed. Let me take you all the way back. Dog's here. This goes all the way back to the dawn of the ranch. Welcome back to Between the Sharks. We are going to see if we can salvage this mower. In the Wayback Machine, there were a few lawnmowers left behind. This was one of them. One of our first adventures into lawnmowery. I got this thing running and I was pretty pleased with myself about it. Here goes. Come on, come on, come on, come on! Okay, we crashed it. Myself about it. We did the first annual George Jones. Do we have enough gas to make the George Jones ceremonial inaugural first annual lawnmower run? Continued to cut lawns with it for I think at least a season, maybe two. I've lost track of time. The ranch has kind of melted my brain. Then last spring, one fateful day, I jumped in it. It actually fired right up. I cut a lawn and a half, and all of a sudden, it made this horrible ka-clunk, ka-clunk noise because it threw a rod, because I never checked the oil.
We're gonna have to check the oil and fill her up every morning before we run up. It's a greasy job, but somebody's gotta do it.
And so I ran it without oil, and I blew up this motor that had been so good to me, even though, and I was not so good to it. That gets us to where we are today. Sentimentality, boys and girls. I felt so bad that I'd done that I couldn't scrap it, and I casually kept my eye out for a motor. Well, enter this. Rough, she's down. It's a 5-speed, same as the other one. But so now we're gonna see if we can do an old engine swap. Never done it. Bet we can figure it out though. All right, I gotta see if we can get this thing out of here. The dude wanted to keep the wheels. I don't really care. Apparently, the descent into redneckery means I've got spare flat tires all over the place. I've never owned a can of PB Blaster I didn't break the little top off of. It's too expensive to throw it out if you you can still do that. Oh, there we go. See, look at that. Viola. It'll work if you let it. Aren't these a pair? Alright, where does the guy start here? I have motor swap cars, just never a lawnmower. So I'm like, so apparently I'm nervous I'm gonna screw it up. Dog. Moral support. Just gotta look for the thingy that needs to be undone and undo it. Turn loose. So we're monkeying around. It seems like I gotta pull out the tie rod that holds the wheels together, and then this little plate, and then the 4 bolts for the engine. Can't say I really know if it'll come out with the pulleys on there or not, but we're gonna find out. Also trying to air out the Camaro, man. The thing's taking on water like the Titanic. This is what separates the rednecks from the boys. You're a real redneck. They'd have these belts off in a jiffy. We're at least 2 jiffies in already. Dogs are yelling, roosters are yelling, everybody's just yelling. Hey bud, Hey, pal. I can usually convert the yelling into singing. Okay, that moved a lot. It's kind of what we wanted. Alright, how do I get you off of there? Round. Whoa. Come on, buddy. Oh wait, I haven't undone the wiring or anything. So the yellow one goes to the black one, and the hip bone's connected to this guy. Sure, black and white goes to black and red, but really white goes to black and red goes to black. So everybody's taking notes on this, right? Great, perfect. Okay. It's a little gross, but it's a lawnmower, so. All right. Look at that. Some solid 90s maroon paint. This thing could hang out with the Buick. It's like deja vu all over again. Dogs are barking, yelling chickens are yelling, and we're pulling a motor of an old Murry lawnmower. We're hanging out with number one dog. Dog, you getting too hot, bud? You can go get a shady spot. I should have got a shady spot. Alright, similar. White to black, black to red. Whatever. Alright. Turn loose. There we go. I'm telling y'all right now, some little redneck kid is dreaming of a poster of this for their bedroom wall. 2 lawnmowers and a Camaro. We got to get everything kind of hand tight before we get anything for real tight. Black to red, black to white, obviously. Finding a motor for a decent price was the hard part. It took me almost a calendar year, probably 10 months. And trust me, I was guilt-ridden. I looked. So we're into this project maybe like an hour, you know, after this thing sat in my yard for a year. But again, things sitting in the yard, it's just part of life here. Here and guilt, let's quadruple check. She's looking pretty good. Moment of truth, gang. We're gonna put the front end and stuff on if it runs. Never fails with a safety can. Never, ever fails. Considering we spilled fuel all over the place, we'll give it a minute. Jeez. All right, gang, while we're over at the OG shop, I want to show you this fancy new device. This is the Bluetti Fridge Power portable power station. I've got it just chilling right here because I like the portability of it. My cell phone is bigger. It's like 3 inches by like 14 by like 2 feet, including the plugs. But packed into this thing is 2016 watt hours, which is almost double my other Bluetti power station. It comes with a mounting bracket, but it also has these little silicone feet. Pretty elegant, low profile design. You got the power display on one side. It's got ultra quiet cooling fans with dust filters in case you do put it behind your fridge. We all know how it can get back there. It's got 2 AC outlets that get powered by the UPS system. We'll talk about that in a second. It is plug and play solar ready, which is pretty rad these days. And over here on this backside, it's got expansion ports. So this thing is 2,000 watt hours out of the box, but you can add 4 of them and get 8,000 watt hours worth of storage for use in emergencies or off-grid living or whatever it is that you need it for. Now I like to keep it portable with the to-go handle because I can take 2,000 watt hours anywhere I want. You plug this thing into your grid power and you plug your fridge right into one of the AC outlets. This is a next gen UPS. If there's a power outage, it kicks over in 10 milliseconds. That's a 100th of a second. We'll just plug in this work light as an example. You can see it's drawing 107 watts off the grid, which is going straight to the freezer. It is getting 0 watts from photovoltaic and 0 watts from DC, but you can combine grid power, solar power, and DC power in any combination you want, and it's entirely programmable in the settings. It has a time control setting. Now, what that means for you folks that are maybe getting a shakedown from the power company, it will power your fridge or freezer during peak hours, and then you can get it to charge off the grid in non-peak hours. Not that the electrical company would ever try to rake you over the coals or anything like that. So if you want to learn some more about it, I'll throw some links in the description. All right, I honestly don't know what safety features are disconnected and what aren't on this one. So we'll just sit in the thing, push the doohickey, see if it'll turn over. Nothing. Why would it do that? How about this? Test light time. Got the end hooked up to the starter. Doesn't really care which way you go. It's got power there. That makes me think. I just picked up this battery. I'm wondering if that starter's toast. It's okay, we got another one. We can do a quick swap-a-roo. I wonder if the guy knew that. Or got to that point and then just said, I'm done with this thing. But he'd taken the solenoid out of this one. Interesting. Did he try to bamboozle me? I don't know. Not doing nothing. Well, I guess we'll try this one. All right, so that one spins. This one, no spins, nothing, totally seized. Got my eye on you, man. I think you knew. I think you knew, or I think you were suspicious. And then that's why you cut your price. Just a guess. I don't know the man. We got a spare starter. We're gonna yank this one off and put it where that one is. It's kind of funny when you're buying used junk, you gotta it's the little things that stick with you. If he hadn't said, don't worry, man, even if it doesn't work, you'll get your money out of it. If he hadn't said that, I wouldn't be suspicious that he knew something. It's kind of like I bought this motor and the guy, the one that went in the van actually, the guy was like, man, it runs great. You know, you go, well, why would you pull out a great motor? And he said, well, I put a 327 in it. I said, okay, because this was a 350. Like, why we, whatever. And then he goes, but there's something wrong with the distributor. And I went, uh-oh. You know, of course, this point, it's already in the truck. I've handed him money. So I went to install it and was like, wait a minute. This guy couldn't get it to time. So, like, what else is wrong? Camshaft gone, timing jump, whatever. Anyway. And like this, gave me that hint. Pulled the solenoid out of it, wasn't running when I got there. I don't know if he diagnosed it, but he knew something was up. All right. All I know is it worked the last time I used it before I blew the motor up, because it was running until it wasn't, and it made a horrible sound. What else did I leave hooked up? Round 2, let's see if that does it. Yeah, that guy knew. put it back together. All right. Let's go test it out, see if we got everything else back together correctly. It feels like redemption. This is right where I blew it up almost a year ago. Probably about a month short of a year. It's awesome. I mean, look, gang. Gotta do figure eights because the turning radius is so bad. It's a little bit tippy for the topography in this front yard. What I'm saying is it's totally the wrong mower. But it was abandoned at the ranch, so we got it running again. And then I blew it up after like 2 years. And it sat for a year, and here we are. I don't know if my math's right on years, but what I'm saying is it's fun because we fixed it. And then even though we broke it, it's fun again because we fixed it. 35 bucks. So yeah, man, I feel like I'm gonna sleep better at night, as crazy as that is. I righted a wrong. This mower treated me really well, and I blew it up out of neglect by not checking the oil. Never again, mower. Never again. All right, gang, good luck on your projects out there. I hope you had a good time with this. We'll see you next time on Between the Sharks.